One person has been detained and is in custody for questioning in connection to the disappearance of 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie. And we have just learned where it all went down. This development comes just hours after law enforcement released chilling surveillance images of a person caught tampering with Nancy's security cameras moments before she vanished. Let's break down what we are hearing right now. It has been an explosive Tuesday night. The Pima County Sheriff just confirmed a person has been detained in connection to Nancy Guthrie's disappearance. Here is what we know. This individual was taken into custody following a traffic stop south of Tucson. At this hour, their identity remains unknown. We do not yet know what led law enforcement to this person or what role they may have played in what happened to Nancy. NBC is reporting the individual is a man. TMZ confirms he is not a member of the Guthrie family. And Fox News Digital has learned investigators still have not found Nancy Guthrie. That question, the biggest one, remains unanswered. This arrest follows a frenzy of activity since the FBI and Pima County Sheriff released haunting images of a potential suspect. That person armed with a gun, wearing gloves, a mask, and a backpack was seen at Nancy's front door the morning she disappeared. Since then, the Pima County Sheriff's SWAT team was reportedly dispatched. Fox News confirms through sources that SWAT was activated in connection to the case. A bomb squad was also sent out, and multiple media outlets report the FBI's elite hostage rescue team is now in Tucson. As we track that part of the story, we are also seeing increased FBI presence in the neighborhood of Nancy's oldest daughter, Annie. It was at Annie's house where Nancy had dinner and played games with family the night before she vanished. A family member, unnamed by the sheriff, drove Nancy home around 9:45 that night. Then, after 1 a.m., surveillance shows a figure approaching her front door, tampering with the camera and removing it. That evidence led to the images released today. The FBI was spotted this evening canvassing Annie's neighborhood and speaking with neighbors. Over the weekend, Pima County Sheriff conducted what NBC called a consensual search of Annie's home, and tonight, another stunning development. Activity was detected in the Bitcoin account linked to alleged ransom notes and to outlets like TMZ. TMZ confirmed they saw the activity. The second deadline in that ransom note had passed more than 24 hours. A Guthrie family initially said they were willing to pay, but the 7 p.m. Monday deadline came and went with no movement. Then tonight, Con TV, one of the local stations that received a ransom note last week, reported that $300 was deposited into that account, far less than the $6 million demand. It is unclear who put the money there, why, or if it is even connected to Nancy's case. Law enforcement has not confirmed the legitimacy of the ransom notes. Joining us now to discuss these rapid-fire developments is missing persons private investigator Steve Fisher. Steve, good to see you again. Thanks for jumping on with us as this unfolds. What do you make of this detention? We don't know who this person is yet, but south of Tucson is a good drive from Nancy's home. The timing is striking. These images come out hours later, SWAT rolls out, and now a person is in custody. Yeah, and like you said, this is happening in real time. We know they were detained. We know it's a man, not family. But somehow, he came onto their radar. This wasn't random. They were looking for someone or a vehicle. We saw them going door to door. We saw SWAT vehicles roll out. This could be a solid tip that came in after those images aired. Someone saw something, said something, and now here we are. That video being retrieved? That's huge. We now know an armed individual was involved. And there might even be two people. There's one image where the person isn't wearing a backpack or carrying a gun, just removing the doorbell. That's not the same person. We don't yet know if the person in custody is the one in that video. Fox was first to report they still do not have Nancy. That is deeply concerning. But now that someone is in for questioning, the next several hours are critical. A lot of this has been a play-by-play of where agents are moving in Tucson. But when you hear they don't have her yet, and the family is holding out hope, Savannah has made that clear. What is your reaction? Well, if you're law enforcement in Arizona tonight, you aren't sleeping. It's all hands on deck. Even if this person isn't connected, that video has changed everything. The momentum is real. I think something is going to break tonight. They know more than they're saying. There's more video you can tell by where the cuts start and stop. There might be vehicle headlights they aren't showing yet. They're scouring the area. And listen, we still don't know if the ransom notes are real. If this person is involved, investigators are going to pressure them hard. Were they hired? Was this a job for 50 grand to grab her and hand her off? That chain needs to be followed, and we have to hold out hope. I know the odds aren't great, but this is one of those 1 in a billion cases. It could still have a good ending. I want to believe that. Absolutely. We are all holding out hope. And the Bitcoin angle, it's fascinating. Ransom demands are usually private, but with Bitcoin, you can see the wallet. Kuhn says $300 was deposited. Some are saying it's testing the wallet. What are the possibilities here? 6 million to 300? I wish I knew. Here's the thing. Multiple people have that wallet address now. It's on the blockchain. It could be a prankster. It could be someone who thinks if I put money in and they move it, I can follow it. Some internet sleuth trying to crack the case. I don't think it's the Guthrie family testing the wallet. I don't think it's the FBI. That's my personal take. I think it's noise. What stood out to me was Savannah's video last night. It wasn't scripted. It was raw. She was pleading for the public's help. It felt like the family made a decision not to pay. Something shifted. The tone changed. And that strength? That was the Savannah Guthrie we know from the Today Show. Speaking alone, directly to us. That was significant. Exactly. And it wasn't because she suspects a family member. I think she's getting so much input from the FBI, from friends, from everyone. She just reached a point where she needed to do what she felt was right for her mom. That video was genuine. She wasn't defeated. She had hope. And that tells me she may know something we don't. And those images, when you first see someone in a ski mask at an 84-year-old woman's door, it's terrifying. It puts a face to the speculation. But here's what gets me. A lot of people said, this person is a pro. They didn't leave DNA. But then you watch them at the door. They didn't even realize there was a camera. They didn't have a tool to remove it. They grabbed a plant. They have a full backpack, but no plan for a Nest Cam? That's not a pro. You said something earlier that I've been thinking about all day. That mask was revealing. You could see facial hair. In a post-pandemic world, people wear sleeves over their mouths. This person? You could zoom in on their eyes, on their mouth. The internet is dissecting every frame. They were not expecting a camera. And the holster? It's a universal foam holster, nothing tactical. This isn't the trained operator. But here's what scares me. They were calm. They didn't run. They saw the camera, paused, picked up a plant, and covered it. Then they were inside that house for roughly 45 minutes. That level of calm is terrifying. I can't stop thinking about Nancy. An 84-year-old woman on medication, alone, and someone comes through her door in the dark, masked, armed. I've been through tactical training. That would terrify me. I can't imagine what she saw, what she endured. Whether she is alive or not, that image will stay with her family forever. It breaks my heart. And the timeline 45 minutes inside. That's a long time. No alarms triggered. No neighbors called. It makes you wonder if this person knew her, had been in her home before, done work in the neighborhood, delivered something. I'm not accusing anyone, but they seemed comfortable. They went straight for that camera. Also, I noticed something else. There was a card from Adult Protective Services next to her door. An investigator's card. Had she been in fear before this? Had she filed a complaint? That card has been there a while. Makes you wonder. You also mentioned the video recovery. Nancy didn't have a Nest subscription, no cloud backup. Law enforcement said there was no footage. Then, 9 days later, the FBI finds it. How does that happen? I've never seen that before. And I think what happened is the FBI used pressure and technology. They have those servers. And now that this footage exists, there are going to be a lot of people asking, wait, you told us our video wasn't there? But it was. If Nest has the capability to retrieve this footage, they should be doing it for every violent crime, every missing person. This could crack so many cold cases. The FBI did the right thing here. They pushed, and it paid off. It absolutely cracked this case wide open. We still have so many questions. Who is this man in custody? Is he the man in the mask? Are the ransom notes real or a cruel hoax? And most importantly, where is Nancy Guthrie? At the time of this recording, one person is detained. He is a man. He is non-family. He was pulled over south of Tucson. Nancy is still missing, but tonight there is movement, there is momentum, and there is still hope. We will continue to follow this story closely. New developments are coming in fast. Stay with us here on YouTube.